Have you ever noticed how a problem seems to loom larger when it remains unacknowledged? Like an elephant in the room, it occupies space in your mind, demanding attention, yet going unnoticed. Recognizing a problem's existence, regardless of whether you put pen to paper, is the crucial first step towards its resolution. By shining a light on the issue, you drag it out of the shadows of your subconscious and into the realm of conscious thought. It's like flicking on a light switch in a dark room. Suddenly you can see the outlines of the problem, its dimensions and perhaps even potential solutions that were hidden in the darkness. This principle extends beyond the realm of abstract worries and anxieties. When we experience discomfort without understanding its cause, our minds tend to race, conjuring up worst-case scenarios that amplify our suffering. Why does acknowledging a problem hold such transformative power? The answer lies in the intricate workings of the human mind. Our brains are wired to seek patterns, make connections, and find solutions. By naming our demons, we give them form and substance, transforming them from vague anxieties into concrete challenges that we can confront head-on. When we clearly label a problem, we activate specific neural pathways associated with understanding, analysis, and problem-solving. This mental shift allows us to move beyond the initial overwhelm and fear, enabling us to approach the issue with a calmer, more rational perspective. Furthermore, the act of acknowledgement allows us to access our inner resources and capabilities. By acknowledging the issue, we essentially give ourselves permission to seek solutions, mobilize our mental faculties, and draw upon past experiences and knowledge to navigate the challenge. In today's fast-paced world, many people find themselves grappling with persistent stress and anxiety without fully understanding the root cause of their discomfort. They may experience physical symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, or digestive issues, coupled with emotional turmoil and difficulty concentrating. The Kidlin law offers a beacon of hope in such situations. By taking the time to pause, reflect, and identify the stresses in their lives, individuals can begin to unravel the complexities contributing to their overall sense of unhappiness. This process of self-examination may reveal that their stress stems from a demanding job, financial strain, relationship difficulties, or even a combination of factors. Cognitive psychology offers further insights into why acknowledging a problem can alleviate its emotional weight. This phenomenon, known as cognitive reappraisal, highlights the powerful link between our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. When we reframe our perception of a problem, we can alter our emotional response to it, even if the situation itself remains unchanged. Consider the example of chronic back pain mentioned earlier. When the cause is unknown, it's easy for our minds to conjure up terrifying possibilities, amplifying our fear and suffering. However, when we gain a clear understanding of the cause, our perspective often shifts dramatically. One of the most potent triggers of stress and anxiety is the fear of the unknown. Our minds crave certainty and control, and when we face situations where the outcome is uncertain, our anxiety levels tend to soar. By acknowledging and defining a problem, we take a significant step towards mitigating the anxiety-inducing effects of uncertainty. When we shine a light on a problem, we begin to see it not as a vast, amorphous threat, but rather as a defined challenge with boundaries and potential solutions. This shift in perception allows us to approach the problem with a sense of agency, rather than feeling overwhelmed and paralyzed by fear. By accepting that uncertainty is a natural part of life, we liberate ourselves from the need to micromanage every situation, reducing our overall stress levels. The Kidlin law's effectiveness can also be attributed in part to the power of the placebo effect. This well-documented phenomenon demonstrates the remarkable influence our beliefs and expectations can have on our physical and mental well-being. When we believe that something will alleviate our suffering, our bodies often respond accordingly, even if the intervention itself has no inherent therapeutic value. In the context of problem solving, the act of acknowledgement can trigger a similar placebo effect. When we consciously recognize and define a problem, we are essentially signaling to our brains that we are taking steps to address it. This sense of hope and agency can motivate us to seek out information, explore potential solutions, and persevere in the face of challenges. Perhaps the most profound impact of the Kidlin law lies in its ability to shift our perspective from that of a passive victim to an empowered agent of change. When we deny or downplay a problem, we relinquish control, allowing it to loom large in our minds and dictate our emotional state. However, the simple act of acknowledgement can shatter this illusion of powerlessness. By naming the problem, we reclaim our agency, asserting our intention to understand and address it. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering, reminding us that we are not defined by our problems, but rather by how we choose to respond to them. It transforms us from passive bystanders to active participants in our own lives, equipped with the clarity and determination to create positive change. Imagine a woman named Sarah who struggles with her weight. She constantly battles negative self-talk, feeling frustrated with her inability to shed the extra pounds. For years she oscillates between restrictive diets and periods of overindulgence, never quite finding a sustainable solution. One day, Sarah stumbles upon the Kidlin law. Inspired by this idea, she decides to confront her weight issues head-on. By acknowledging her struggle with weight, Sarah takes a monumental step towards change. With the problem clearly defined, she can now begin to explore potential solutions from a place of self-awareness and honesty, rather than shame and self-criticism. Mark and Emily, a couple facing a communication breakdown, also find solace in the Kidlin law. Their once loving relationship has become strained by unspoken resentments and a growing sense of disconnect. After a particularly heated argument, Mark recalls an article he read about the Kidlin law. Desperate for a solution, he suggests to Emily that they each write down their feelings about their relationship, focusing on their individual needs and concerns. Initially hesitant, Emily eventually agrees, hoping that this unconventional approach might offer a path towards reconciliation. By giving voice to their individual perspectives, they begin to understand the root cause of their conflict, paving the way for a more open and honest dialogue. Financial stress is another common problem that can benefit from the clarifying power of the Kidlin law. Take John, a young man drowning in credit card debt. He avoids opening his bank statements, paralyzed by fear and shame. One day, John attends a financial literacy seminar where he learns about the Kidlin law. Inspired, John decides to confront his financial demons. This act of acknowledgement, while initially painful, proves to be incredibly liberating for John. By quantifying his debt and analyzing his spending habits, he gains a clear understanding of the problem and can now begin to explore potential solutions. Procrastination, a pervasive problem that plagues people of all ages and backgrounds, can also be effectively tackled using the Kidlin law. Consider the case of a college student named Lisa, who struggles with chronic procrastination. She knows she needs to start working on a major research paper, but she keeps finding excuses to delay the task. As the deadline looms closer, Lisa's anxiety mounts. Desperate for a solution, she remembers a lecture where her psychology professor mentioned the Kidlin law. Instead of berating herself for her lack of productivity, Lisa decides to investigate the root cause of her procrastination. In doing so, she uncovers a pattern of self-sabotage stemming from a fear of not meeting her own high standards. While the Kidlin law offers a powerful framework for tackling challenges, it's crucial to acknowledge that merely recognizing a problem doesn't automatically guarantee its resolution. Life is complex, and some problems defy simple solutions even when we clearly understand their nature. Imagine a single mother struggling to make ends meet. She's acutely aware of her financial constraints, knows how much money she needs to earn each month, and diligently tracks every penny. However, despite her best efforts, the reality of her situation remains unchanged. Similarly, consider a young man battling a chronic illness. He's undergone countless tests, received a clear diagnosis, and understands the intricacies of his condition. However, the reality of his illness persists. He experiences pain, fatigue, and limitations that no amount of awareness can fully erase. Unraveling multifaceted problems, the Kidlin law's simplicity is its limitation. It suggests clear definitions lead to simple solutions, but many real-life problems are complex and interconnected. Consider a couple on the brink of divorce. They face multiple issues like communication breakdowns and financial strain. Understanding these doesn't guarantee reconciliation. Similarly, climate change is a multifaceted problem. Despite awareness, finding solutions is challenging. Analysis paralysis, overthinking our way to inaction. It's essential to balance analysis and action. Overthinking can lead to analysis paralysis, substituting progress. Fixation on perfect solutions can hinder action. Imagine an entrepreneur with a brilliant idea. He spends months analyzing but never launches. Similarly, a writer paralyzed by fear of imperfection. She revises endlessly, never moving forward. Section 4. The illusion of control, accepting what we cannot change. Some problems lie beyond our control. Recognize the limits of our agency. Unexpected events occur and we're not always in control. This can be difficult for those who thrive on control. Imagine a woman losing her job unexpectedly. She can search for new opportunities, but the job market might be unfavorable. Despite her efforts, she might face prolonged unemployment. Similarly, consider a family dealing with a loved one battling addiction. They can seek help and offer support, but the addict's journey is ultimately their own. They cannot force their loved one to choose sobriety. The Kidlin law, while not a magic bullet for instant problem-solving, offers a valuable life lesson in acceptance. Acknowledging the limits of our control allows us to relinquish the illusion of omnipotence and embrace the natural ebb and flow of life. It's a reminder that sometimes the most courageous and empowering action we can take is to simply accept what is without judgment or resistance. This doesn't imply passive resignation or giving up on our goals. Rather, it's about recognizing that true strength lies in adapting to circumstances beyond our control, adjusting our sails to navigate the winds of change. It's about finding peace within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances, and focusing our energy on what we can influence rather than what we cannot. In the serenity of acceptance, we create space for new possibilities to emerge. When we let go of the need to control every outcome, we open ourselves to unexpected solutions, serendipitous encounters, and the realization that sometimes life unfolds in ways we could never have planned or imagined. The Kidlin law, at its core, invites us to shift our perspective on problems. Instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles or signs of personal failure, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Each challenge we encounter, no matter how daunting, presents a chance to develop resilience, cultivate inner strength, and deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This shift in perspective allows us to approach problem-solving with a sense of curiosity and openness rather than fear and trepidation. We become less invested in finding the right answer and more interested in exploring a range of possibilities, embracing the unknown with a sense of adventure rather than dread. In this space of open-minded exploration, we often stumble upon innovative solutions, creative workarounds, and unexpected connections that we might have otherwise overlooked. We discover hidden reserves of strength, resilience, and ingenuity, proving to ourselves that we are capable of handling whatever life throws our way. The transformative power of the Kidlin law lies not only in its ability to help us tackle individual problems, but also in its potential to create a ripple effect, influencing how we approach challenges in all areas of our lives. As we become more adept at acknowledging and addressing our personal struggles, we develop a greater sense of agency and self-efficacy, which extends to our relationships, our work, and our communities. We become more proactive in addressing conflicts, more willing to take risks, and more resilient in the face of setbacks. This newfound confidence inspires us to dream bigger, set bolder goals, and believe in our capacity to make a positive impact on the world. Just as a single pebble dropped into a still pond creates a series of expanding ripples, our individual acts of courage and self-awareness can have a far-reaching impact, inspiring others to do the same. In the tapestry of life, problems are integral threads that add depth and meaning. The journey from problem to possibility is a winding road filled with twists and turns. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. By acknowledging challenges and focusing on what we can control, we become active participants in our lives. The Kidlin law offers a message of hope and empowerment. We are defined by how we respond to problems. Each challenge holds the seed of opportunity and growth. So when facing a problem, remember the Kidlin law. Take a deep breath, acknowledge the challenge, and take that first step forward. Please like the video and share it with others. Doing so helps improve people's lives and makes the world a better place for everyone. Thank you for watching.